Morning Binguses, I am back because Neo cards. The Neo cards are really good, so I'm gonna talk about them. Look, I've been busy as hell with stuff IRL right now, so like I can't really think about making videos. I do have some planned, but like I don't really have the time nor the brain cells to actually work on them, so I'm just gonna take a big break. Do a couple of effortless stuff maybe, and like I think the effortless stuff is fun to make anyways, but regardless, let's jump into the Neo cards because that's what you came here for. So these cards are really good. The Neo TCG Exclusives, they got really good effects that Synchro with Earthbound, and that is stupendous. The Neo Fusion doesn't really matter for us, so I'm not gonna talk about it. It's a good card for other decks, but like here you have other follow-up plays you would much rather play instead of that fusion. So we have Buio, the Dawn's Light. The main card I was thinking was gonna be like the best thing since the Star, and even maybe better than the Star. But like after I thought about this card and its effects more, I realized some very sad things. And like, well, this is still one of your best cards you would play in pretty much every Earthbound build, I think. It's still got some glaring issues that kinda stink. So let's first talk about the effects in order. The protection effect doesn't matter at all, like straight up. You would love to have the protection effect before your Earthbounds, not after your Earthbounds, and like this card is always gonna be summoned after your Earthbounds, which is pretty sad, but like it's fine. It's a really good extender regardless. Like you would, you know, you would love to have destruction protection on your Earthbounds. Shocking, I know. That's why Keeper's protection effect is so good, because like it's just free and it protects you from a very common type of disruption, and that is really nice. Although this guy can protect itself, so like unlike other extenders, if you summon Keeper first with your opponent having a field spell on board, and Keeper cannot be destroyed, usually they would be able to destroy your extender, but in this case they cannot, and that is very fun. Next we have this, the extension effect. You can target any fiend monster you control and negate its effects to summon it. This is like really good as an extension effect. It could be better. It could be like if you control a fiend, summon this, but like, you know, you gotta be happy with what you're given. It's fine. Like, it's a minor nitpick. Or rather, it would be a minor nitpick if this card was able to like be summoned without stipulations, because like if your opponent imperms you, you can unsummon this card, and that kinda defeats the whole purpose of an extender. And whilst it's not as bad as Bestials, which like Bestials always need a third card to be used as an extender, for example, like Keeper plus the Star plus a Bestial makes the Bestials work, or Sweeper plus a Bestial works, but like the first case is much more common, and like that makes them half extenders and not as good as your primary engine. And like I would love to say that this card would be good as your primary extender, but like you still need something else, like Garbage Lord, the Star, and other stuff like that. And whilst that is sad, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And the final effect, this is fantastic. You get to add Mutiny in the Sky to your hand. And like, this is the first card that can be used in a 2-card combo that can search a fusion spell that doesn't require you to go minus to be used, unlike Simple Spells of White Forest here. This is a searchable fusion spell in a 2-card combo, but unfortunately it needing to use cards from hand or field makes it not as good, honestly. Like, it makes it less good if you really want a ceiling raiser, you know, because like the miracle fusions are better for ceiling since they eat less resources, you know. Like, Simple Spells of White Forest isn't bad, but like it could be way better, and I really dislike this as my brick because it doesn't get as much value, you know. And speaking of Mutiny in the Sky, this card is stupendous. That's all I can say. It fusion summons any Fiend or Fairy fusion monster by shuffling Fiends or Fairy from your graveyard. And this enables a lot of things. Like, you know, it's not only just a Miracle Fusion, which technically it's a worse brick than Simple Spells of White Forest, but it's also better for your ceiling, and it's especially good as your search target of a Buio so that you can eat the hand traps for days. I'll talk about that a little bit later. And also you can send any Fiend or Fairy from your hand or field to the grave to add it to your hand. So like with Vision Resonator around, you can loop this card, this fusion spell infinitely. And like, I've talked a lot about how Earthbound really needs to stand out, and the best way it can succeed with that is using Geogriffin as follow-up. And this card lets Geogriffin have more leeway with it. If it dies, it doesn't hamper your resource loop as bad, and that is quite nice. You also get the ability to have more ceiling with Mutiny in the Sky as your search target off of Buio, and that is awesome. The main things are, of course, Jokuraken for a field spell, but honestly what I think is a better target is DUAD Demise. This card I have mixed feelings on, but like, it because of other decks, but like in this case it's really cool, it's really awesome. It's really epic off of as a Harmonic Synchro fusion on turn 3 and beyond, so that you have something to do with it and you aren't forced to get present and get no value off of that. DUAD Demise off of Mutiny in the Sky can really get a ton of value also. The main thing here being that you can normal summon Vision Resonator, then later on in the turn just summon Vision Resonator with its own summoning condition. And as a bonus added on top, DUAD Demise also allows you to re-grab Stone Sweeper. You cannot grab Buio, but like grabbing Sweeper for follow-up just gives you way more grind game, and that's awesome. An additional thing about Mutiny in the Sky is that it fusion summons properly, unlike Harmonic, and that is very important for GeoGremlina, because this way, if Gremlina is summoned with Mutiny, you can revive it off Griffin, and that's even more follow-up. You don't only get a free keeper, which you usually would get off Griffin, you also get the level 6 body, and that is awesome. Like, this card enables so many things. Unfortunately, it's still a brick. Like, if this also let you use materials from hand, I would play 3 of them alongside a Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial because Buio triggers one sent from anywhere, which also means it it has some synergy with the Bellstar. If you got negated with Keeper, you can still use the Bellstar to trigger Buio, and you don't like need to summon summon Griffin, then revive Keeper into Buio again. You can just go straight into it. And yeah, that is awesome. And also, I don't know how to transition into this, but like, let's talk about the combos and such. Buio is a level 3, which in formats with Baron, it's just alright. It's on the level of Magician's Souls, just a little bit worse, honestly. Whereas in... okay, let's first talk about why level 7 is so good. That's just because of Baron. The Bellstar is great because it can make Baron with any of your tuners, and that's fantastic. Magician's Souls is also great because with your level 3, which is gonna be all 9 copies of your tuners can make Arclight, and that makes Magician's Souls really good. Like, you need your extender to be equally as good with all of your 9 tuners. Even though it could sometimes not be as good with Groundkeeper or Sweeper. You gotta do what you gotta do anyways. You're not playing a level 9 extender, not like there are any. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. Level 1 is really good because it can use all 9 of your tuners, which can get you a level 3. Like, the main thing is trying to take advantage of Line Walker and not have it be a brick. And Buio is a level 3, which can still make Arclight with Groundkeeper, and is alright with Line Walker. Like, other level 3 Darks aren't as good, but like, Buio searches Mutiny in the Sky, which automatically makes it 12 times as good, and makes up for its awkward level with it being able to take advantage of the searchable Miracle Fusion, which can, and like Buio plus Walker can still make Muddy, and whilst usually I wouldn't consider that great because like in the level 3, any level 3 plus Walker combos, you usually don't get any meaningful value off of Walker because you're making Muddy plus Gremlina, then summoning Griffin, reviving Walker, then making Grapha, and like, that's one negate and a not so good negate on top of that. Well, like in this case, because of Mutiny in the Sky, you get it's a lot better than other level 3 extenders. And oh yeah, speaking of, since it's the TCG, Grapha is a pretty important card. The Azamina stuff would be your only Omni Negate engine otherwise, and like, usually I wouldn't be too fond of summoning Grapha because you would need to spend your Harmonic Synchro fusion to summon Grapha, and that means you lose out on follow-up. Like, it's either 2 disruptions off of your tuner plus a level 5 or a level 3, or you get 1 piece of disruption plus Griffin, and like, at that point you might as well play Azamina and Bellstar and stuff. Let's move these cards here for later. And like, yeah, I really don't like how you need to either choose an Omni or follow up in your level 3 or level 5 lines that go through Muddy Muddragon, and like that just means that you might as well play Azamina, as I said. But with Buio and Mutiny in the Sky, you don't really care anymore because you can get both follow up and Grapha in one combo. And even if you don't end on Griffin, you still have plenty of follow-up with Mutiny coming back every single turn, and that is awesome. I forgot the volume. Alright, so summon Keeper into Walker, grab Harmonic. Summon Buio, negate whatever. And I was brainstorming a couple of lines earlier. I think it's better to Harmonic now. Harmonic, Walker, and Buio. You could technically... Please, computer. You could technically make Arclight. Like, right now I'm just brainstorming stuff. So like... Look, it's a first impressions video. I don't really have set lines I'm gonna think about. And once I have set lines, you will be able to check them out in the description below with the combo sheet. The combo sheet is free, it's made by me, I get no profit off of it. I just really love what I'm doing. Let me actually think, but like... you don't really discard much. Right, yeah, exactly. But like, let's first go through the Muddy line. Summon Muddy, and... I could make Duke now, but like, that doesn't get any value, never mind. You get Mutiny in the Sky. It feels refreshing to have something this powerful. I think... yeah, I was thinking earlier, I think fusing Keeper is better. Actually, both lines are fine, as far as I know. Make Rafa, you're now immune to Nibiru, which is stupendous. Now, Mutiny in the Sky, Fuse away, Buio, and yeah, Walker. I don't like that I'm shuffling Walker, but like, whatever. Oh, I forgot the Gremlina Surge. That's... oops. Grab this and this. Okay. Normal summon Vision. Synchro into Griffin. Grab Gaia. Gaia, grab back Vision. And this actually matters for once. Like, you're not just doing it for the follow-up. Effect of Griffin. You could... grab either one, I think. I'm gonna go for a Keeper. I think I mixed up. No, yeah, you actually, yeah, you do fuse, this is so scuffed. You do fuse a Gremlina instead of Keeper, never mind, I take that back. So like, you still have the Keeper on board. Nothing much changes, you just revive Sweeper. And now you get to make any 6, which means Resiela, sending Crimson Gaia, grabbing Azamina LZ, summoning Azamina LZ, sync into Axel Stardust, summon this boy, grab this, it feels so weird. Oh my god, I just realized that you can use Duke Demise to shuffle back Gremlina, and then you still have Mutiny in the Sky to grab Gremlina. Although you don't get Griffin, it's fine either way. Like, you... Oh my god, this is so overwhelming. Like, I have no clue what I'm doing right now. I think sack this. Oh no, yeah, you... nah, I think I get wanted later. This is so scuffed. My face when new support cards and I'm panicking. Grab wanted. Shuffle. No. Bad. Shuffle this. Grab hollowed. Hollowed. Wanted. Summon Elia Sylvia. Grab Diabell Star. Send Actually, you can make Dawn Dragster, I suppose. Ah, fuck it. Make Dragster. Shuffle. Nope, that's the wrong button. Shuffle this. Draw whatever. Shuffle. Sorry, send this. Make this, make that. Into Croco Dragon. This is two Omnis, one ST Negate, and one Croco Dragon. And kind of mimics Baron in a way, I think. And also you get follow-up with Mutiny in the Sky. You could also just make Stardust Charge Warrior and then summon Vision and then make any level 8 instead of the Azamina stuff, which is lower to the ground, but it gives you more extra deck slots, more deck slots. If you don't want to play Azamina, that is the way to go, pretty much. And you also get to keep Crimson Gaia, which is quite nice. As I was saying, let's talk about Arc Light. Grab Buio. Yeah, that's not the correct sequencing, but whatever. Okay. So Harmonic these two into Arc and the Gremlina. It's so weird. Like, I don't need to get Gremlina first. It feels illegal. Like, yeah, I can just summon Duke Demise now. Oh my god, it feels so wrong. Grab Croco. Draw one. Let's get Earthbound Prison. And now Mutiny in the Sky. Shuffle these two. This gives me infinite follow-up, pretty much. Get Gremlina. Sweeper. Send Sweeper. Sorry, banished. Before the comments eat me. Grab Vision. Make Griffin. Add actually I think I should actually make Gremlina first, right? Make Gremlina first. Grab I made a mistake. Yeah, okay, you still make Croco. Alright, let's fix this game state. Okay. From here, grab Vision. Make these into Griffin. Grab Gaia. And Mutiny. Shuffle back Gremlina and Buio. You could also shuffle back Vision, but like, you don't have any other uses for Buio other than follow-up extension, I suppose. So like, it doesn't matter either way. Make Duke. Effective Gaia. Add Vision. Normal Vision. That feels wrong to say. You could make 2 8s or a 7. Not a 7. A 9? 9 and a 7 or 2 8s. So like, make Croco draw 1. And oh, never mind, you don't have the sweeper. Ah, that stinks. That's not very epic now, is it? Yeah, okay, actually, I think... I'm not too sure about this line now. I can still make this. I have no idea what I'm doing right now, but like, sure. You can make an 11 and a 9. And like, you still get to make Gremlina because of Mutiny. And you don't really... And like, you don't really have an add of Duke because of Arclight. Like, not having Sweeper in Grave actually matters for once, and that feels weird, but it's pretty interesting. We're learning a lot, gang. Even though this isn't really a good showcase of fixed lines, the video on the fixed lines is gonna come maybe half of July. Jesus Christ, I have a lot of things to do, so like half of July is probably gonna be it. Anyways, let's go through this combo instead. Harmonic, summon Buio, Harmonic these two off. I don't even need to Harmonic now, really, but like, I might as well, I think. You can chain block here, which is kind of cute. Grab this. Grab this. You could like Mutiny to summon Gremlina, then grab Sweeper. But like, you don't have a tuner to summon off of Griffin, then that's kind of awkward. But then again, actually, I think that's better. You know what? From here, Mutiny. Because like, you get off of Griffin Gremlina instead, and that is full follow-up. Instead of like having Walker as partial follow-up, I suppose, whatever you wanna call it. Grab Sweeper into Vision. Now summon Vision. You die to Nibiru here, I think. That's straight up what you do. Yeah, that's poopy. Or do you? No, I need to think. Sad. Like, you can make Grapha plus Griffin? Yeah, that does beat Nibiru, and that's pretty alright. You don't get Duka Demise value, but you get not die to Nibiru value, that's for certain. But like, in this case, you don't get a tuner, so like, never mind actually. I take that back. Instead, yeah, instead just these two. Summon Griffin and Duke. Vision effect. Grab Gaia. No. Add this to hand. Summon this guy. Off of Duke. Grab Axel, I suppose. Into this guy again. Yeah. Oh my god, it's so weird because you don't need to keep Griffin on board anymore because of Mutiny in the Sky. And like, okay, it's not you don't need to anymore, period. Like, you don't need to with this line, and it messes with my brain so much. Like, my muscle memory is so focused, so keen on keeping Griffin on the field for so-called follow-up. Okay, I don't have a level 10 to summon. yeah, you get the gist of the combo. I will be messing around of these more in my free time, because like damn, these cards have so much potential, and it's sad because like you don't have ways to search this card other than Small World. Everything else sucks or is inconsistent, and like Small World I really don't like, but like it's the only way to search this. You could I wish you could play Mutiny in the Sky, but like unfortunately it's not a regular fusion spell, so you can't use it as well as you could the Sinful Spells of White Forest as a fusion spell. You can search as well, but like it being a miracle fusion is its main strength, and I think as a one-off it's good enough. Oh yeah, speaking of, I was thinking earlier of Foolish Burial, because like you can send Buio. This video is so messy. You can send Buio, add Mutiny, then if your normal summon gets negated, you summon Almirage, summon Gremlina into Griffin, into whatever. Actually not Griffin even, because you cannot summon SP Little Knight otherwise. This extra deck is super provisory, just before anyone says anything. I'm really not sure about Arclight anymore, now that I think about it. These two, I forgot what I was gonna say about them, but like they were important for some backup line, I think. Oh yeah, no more final thoughts. I'm doing backup combos. This format, why did I not format this video? So like if your opponent doesn't imperm this, like just negates, Keeper effect gets negated, summon Buio, and like oh yeah, I forgot to mention Fight Trilling years ago, and I forgot Arclight, genius. I forgot to mention earlier, like this is not only the first way to integrate a second free fusion into the combo for free. This is also the first time you get a way to incorporate a free fusion outside of Harmonic Synchro fusion, and that is also usable in a backup line. Like usually in backup lines you cannot get Harmonic Synchro fusion unless you hard draw it of something like Wanted or Croco Dragon, but like in this case you just get Mutiny in the Sky for free. And my brain is still telling me go summon Griffin with Vision Resonator, but you don't need to. That is awesome. That is weird to think about, but like yeah, you can just do this now. You can just make a Baron or a Chaying or whatever, or just Draco Berserker, or of course the boy Croco Dragon, and also get a Vision trigger. Grab this, add this to hand, I suppose, and now you can use Mutiny in the Sky, but I would rather not. Oh wait, you cannot because there's Arclight on board. Never mind. Okay, you still get value next turn because Arclight is just gonna tribute itself. You get Crimson Gaia off anyways, and like you can do it on your next turn anyway. You can do it on your next turn. It doesn't change much. You can summon Duke, which actually doesn't do anything now that I think about it. Regardless, that is a good follow-up play, sorta, maybe. You can play a second Gremlina, but like I would rather not. Right. Oh man, these cards are so good, and they make my brain messy because like you don't need to summon Griffin as your only piece of follow-up anymore. You can summon Gremlina, you can summon Duca Demise, hell, you can even summon Kraken now as a target. I don't remember other funny fusions I looked at earlier. Oh yeah, Aerial Eater can maybe do something, but like I don't think so. Like the revive effect doesn't matter, but the foolish effect could do something. I don't know. I need to think about it more. Like Buio is a dark, so like a dark fiend, just like your Earthbounds. So this is as free as Duke Demise. It's just not as good as a Harmonic Synchro Fusion target. Outside of that, there's not really anything you can make. Yeah, there's nothing else you can really make with Mutiny. Regardless of that, the card is extremely powerful. So yeah, these cards are good. I wish they were searchable. I wish Buio didn't need to negate the effects to be summoned. But these cards are really good and absolutely worth the brick. And maybe, who knows, I will maybe change my mind on Small World, considering Buio is that good of a card. And like, with Small World, you also get versatility with Garbage Lord as another search target off a Small World. And also, it's very funny you get to summon fusions that you would only think of as neat rather than actively good in this variation, which is really cool. And the final thing I have to say is, yeah, you can make Grasha. I guess you can do that. It's not very good. Like, summoning a turn 1 doesn't do anything still. Like, you can make Krakow Dragon, but like, you could also just play Duke Demise, which is a more versatile card. It's useful with Harmonic. It's useful as follow-up, which again is extremely important with a bad deck like this. And if you're making Grasha, you're already winning anyways. You could just make anything else that's more consistent, more resilient. I don't really have anything else to say, I don't think. I'll probably make a video in a couple of weeks. I can't speak anymore. In a couple of weeks, starting I think the 9th of July. In the meantime, I will be trying to update the Earthbound combo sheet, and I'll see ya next time.